evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. We are here for a town board meeting. At this point in time, I would ask everybody to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Joanne Waskey, would you mind leading us in the pledge?
Absolutely, Supervisor. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Councilman Rothwell, do we have somebody here for the invocation tonight?
Today we should have Esther Togara from the Riverhead Corps Salvation Army. Is Esther here tonight? There she is. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Good evening, friends. Could you please stand with me so that we can pray together? Father, we thank you. We thank you, Lord. We thank you, Holy Spirit. We are here this evening. Lord, we thank you for this day that we'll never see again. But we praise your name, Lord, for we are here. Father, we thank you for the leadership, the board, everyone in here, Lord. Father, we are just here, Lord. We just want to invite your presence. As we start this session, Lord, we just want to be with you, Lord. We praise your name. We exalt your name, Father, for you are God. You continue to reign on us, Lord. Be with each and every one of us, Lord. We pray for our community. We pray for peace and unity. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have two announcements today. The first one is a very obvious one. We happen to have a birthday lady today up here on the town board, and we would like to wish Joanne Waskey a very happy birthday. And Bob Kern is going to lead us in the singing of Happy Birthday.
Who's going to sing? Thank you.
All right, you guys,
Thank you.
ladies, gentlemen, you ready?
Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all for coming out for my birthday. You guys are free to go. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, on a little bit sadder note, I want to extend on behalf of the town board our thoughts and prayers out to the Crescent Duck Farm. Major hit with the bird flu, shutting down their entire operation. 99,000 ducks have to be euthanized. It's a good possibility they may never be back in business again. We're hoping and praying that they can get through this. But big hit in business for over 100 years in the town. Generational family running the farm. So our thoughts and prayers are with them, and anything we can do on the town level to help them out, we're certainly going to do. So keep them in your thoughts. All right. You got one? Go ahead.
So this Saturday, the 25th, from 4 to 7 p.m. At East End Arch, there's an opening. It's called Look Up, and if you haven't been down there, it's not like it was 20 years ago. There's some real good art, serious artists are down there. So that's this Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Anybody else? Okay. Mr. Wooten, do we have any correspondence and reports?
We had a few. We got a letter from Wayne Steck from Landmarks Preservation about downtown Riverhead. Also from Eastern Property Investors for downtown Riverhead. A letter from John McAuliff, reference to local impact of the migrant crisis. A letter from Barbara Blass in reference to Island Water Park. A letter from Mark Haubner for wastewater treatment plant, but he turned up at the last meeting, and I put it in the packet this week so everybody to read it, about the PFAS. A letter from the Town of Riverhead Parking District Advisory Committee on suggestions for the downtown rebuild. And generally, we have letters supporting Scott's Pointe. We had 71 communications come in prior to the cutoff. Since the cutoff, we've had 7 additional letters come in. We had a petition come in with 80 signatures, and we had 2,045 online signatures that came in as well. We did have 3 opposing viewpoints come in as well, but those will be posted, those particulars will be posted in the next agenda for the next meeting, because they didn't make this meeting. And that's it for correspondence. They can be seen online. All the ones that I mentioned can be seen online. If you go to the agenda website, on the website, you can look at everybody's letter and read it verbatim. Under reports, I have the tax receiver December utility report at $632,056.11. I have the building department December fees collected at $85,297. The town clerk December monthly report at $6,920. And the Riverhead Sewer District presented their 2024 Influent Gallonage report. And that's it for reports.
Okay, we're going to move on to tonight's public hearing. We have one public hearing scheduled for this evening, scheduled for 6 o'clock. It is now 6:10, and it's a public hearing regarding Island Water Park site plan. And I would ask Greg Bergman to step up and start us off.
Thank you. Good evening, Supervisor, members of the board. For the record, Greg Bergman, Senior Planner with the Riverhead Planning Department. I'll try to keep this brief because we have a lot of people here. This is a site plan application seeking to amend an approved site plan. The property is located at 5835 Middle Country Road, Calverton, New York, identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-135-1-7.34. Subject property is located within the Planned Recreational Park Zoning Use District. The application is looking to legalize the construction of a paved go-kart track, pickleball courts, and conversion of a second floor space in the existing building to a catering space. All of the uses are permitted uses, including racetracks, sports and recreation facilities, as well as ballrooms. We initiated secret coordination with involved agencies. Coordination letters were sent out to involved agencies on December 18th. We have not received any objections to lead agency. Beyond that, I think the board is all well aware of the application, so in light of a lot of people here looking to speak, I will, if the board has any questions, or we can just open it up for public comment.
Okay. At this point in time, if there's anybody present, if you would like to comment on the Island Water Park site plan, please come on up to the microphone, and if there's a lot of you, you can just form a line behind that. I just want to remind everybody that the comments are to be held strictly to the public hearing on the water park site plan.
Okay.
Well, hello, folks. My name is Dominic Scotto, and I'm here to speak about that, but I'm also here to speak about the character of Eric Scott. So first is...
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. This is comments on the site plan. So I'm going to ask you to keep your comments on the site plan. They're looking to add a racetrack, they're looking to add pickleball courts and indoor space. Those are what the comments are for here.
So what I would like to speak to, I am going to mention that, but I want to speak to the board about what this gentleman went through to get there. It'll be brief, but that's really what I'd like to speak about. Folks, allow me that. Okay. So first is every person in this room had a dream. Whether you were a kid, an adult, everybody had a dream. I'm going to go back 40 years ago. 40 years ago, Eric was my mechanic, okay, and he was fixing my tire. He looked up to me and he said, Dominic, he said, I have a dream. Someday I'm going to open up an amusement park for families. What did I do? I said, very nice, and I rolled my eyes like he's crazy, all right? The bottom line is this. In the past 20 years, what Eric has gone through to get to where he is now, 99.9% of human beings would have walked away, without a doubt. What this guy's been through is unbelievable. That says a lot about his character, okay? What I'm going to say here is, if we do not approve this, he needs these 3 entities. If we do not approve this, he's going to get destroyed. His family's going to get destroyed. Think about this. This poor guy, he's going to be in the red for years And it's a money thing, but this poor guy, it's going to be, he'll be in his 70s before he's in the black here. And I'm confused because this place it's a happy place. It's a positive place. We're not talking about a bar. We're not talking about late night music, drugs, anything like that. This is a positive thing. So if the roles were reversed, I know Eric is a character, would always give someone a chance to be successful, and he would not stop him. But this is the bottom line. The bottom line about this, it's about the kids. Think about it. I was there in the summer, and I was outside. You know what I heard? I heard kids yelling, screaming, laughing, and splashing of water. That's what I heard, and I said, this is good. This is a good thing. Think about it. So for children, for anybody, when you laugh or when you have adrenaline, think about how your body feels afterwards. You feel good. You feel good. So the bottom line is this. In this crazy world that we live in, at least for these kids, let these kids have something to do. Because at 12 years old, I was hanging out in the woods. I couldn't imagine having a go-kart track like that. That's all I have, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a father of three. I go to Scotts Pointe all the time.
Just
And
state your name,
I'm really-
please. You have to state your name and where you're from.
Leaf Newbauer, West Hampton Beach.
Okay.
And I'm thrilled to bring my kids to that go-kart and enjoy it. And what a pleasure. And we are so lucky to have the Scott family be able to provide us something like that. And I'm really looking forward to being there and enjoying it and not having my kids on screens and have them doing something active. And I hope we can get forward on that.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Joanne.
Thank you.
Cindy Clifford from Riverhead. I'm not exactly like all Team Island Water Park. I will say that maybe it's about the kids, but I think it's also about the credibility and the reputation of the town board. Island Water Park has a history of operating outside the requirements of the town. It's not their first infraction that we're looking at right now. And with the lawsuit settled, we've got Island Water Park's amended site application, including the additions up for approval. In addition to skirting requirements for the town of Riverhead, the state DEC, the Riverhead Fire Marshal, they've also fallen short on delivering living wage jobs, which is a significant component of their IDA assessment. And while there's been no clawback or withdrawal, Scotts Pointe is cutting promised full-time jobs by 80%, reducing seasonal part-time jobs by over half, while requesting an additional 10 years of tax abatements, as though the town owes them that. Based on their repeated history of treating our rules and regulations as though they're optional or falling short of deserving IDA benefits while asking for more, perhaps greater than any other reason, in the interest of protecting the town's reputation as a government that stands by the rule of their own law, I hope that you would consider what message you'll send out with this vote and vote in the town's best and future interest. Thank you.
Thank you.
No applause?
Ken Myers, Lindenhurst.
I'm sorry, I missed your name.
I just wanted to
Excuse
make
me,
a point
what's
that
your
is incorrect, that we are not going.
People, quiet down.
And I didn't hear your name.
The IDA reached out to me today.
Ken, state your name for the
Oh,
record, please.
Ken Myers, Lindenhurst.
Okay.
The IDA reached out to me today and said that this is something that people think is happening, which it isn't. We are not going for any additional years in the IDA. We want just what we already had, which was 10 original years, which we're in our third year. So we are not going for an extension. That is incorrect. I just want to make that clear to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephen Hughes. I'm from East Quogue. I am retired military. I'm retired police department. I spent 5 years of my career working with kids from jail and working as a school resource officer for Suffolk County Police Department. And across the board, I can tell you that the problem children are bored. There's nothing for them to do. We're giving them an opportunity to come to a place where they're protected, they're having fun with their whole family. I have 3 children. I have a 10-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 19-year-old. There is no place that I can take all 3 and know that they're going to have a good time. My wife's going to enjoy it, I'm going to enjoy it, and they're going to be safe. It's like going to the Scott's family home. They care about how you experience it. They are not going back to their house and letting you deal with a manager on site. They're there. It's their yard. They're inviting us there. With this go-kart track, you're going to take kids off the street that are racing. You're going to give them the opportunity to race go-karts. Take some of the danger off of the highway. Take some of the danger away from the police officers. Give them a place where they can use their adrenaline and be safe. I understand everything that's going on with the permitting and everything, but in the end, we want to know that you're going to go to Riverhead and you're going to have a great time. It's a safe place for families. I want my oldest son to go to Riverhead, not to go to a dispensary. I want him to go to Scotts Pointe.
Thank you for your service as well in the military. Thank you, please.
Good evening. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Claudette.
Claudette Bianco, Baiting Hollow. For many years, the owner of Island Water Park, Scotts Pointe, has violated town codes, zoning laws. Excuse me, I wasn't rude to you when you were speaking. Thank you. Town codes, zoning laws, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation regulations, and the public trust. Some of the actions that have taken place are sand mining that was done in secret and in the middle of the night. Materials have been excavated and moved. Trees have been removed. Impervious surfaces have been increased. An inflatable aqua park was installed. A go-kart track was built using lithium-ion batteries, and drainage pipes were installed to direct runoff into the lake, which is our aquifer. Pickleball courts were built. A warehouse was converted to a 250-seat event space. An emergency access road was not built as required, and an emergency responder radio system was not installed as required by the fire marshal. Some of this was done without building or electric permits or inspections or a certificate of occupancy in advance. The owner has violated multiple processes. The environmental damage that may have already been done must be studied, and remediation must be determined before any site plan is approved. To allow a segmented review process to continue without knowing the cumulative impact allows this applicant to undermine and violate the secret process as well. It is clear the application must be changed from unlisted to a type 1. Approving the site plan as is effectively means you're giving tacit approval to unauthorized, uninspected, and potentially harmful development. Unscrupulous actors dangle the tantalizing prospect of adding to our tax base while making fools of all of us and destroying the environment in the process. We're not talking about aesthetics here. We're talking about serious environmental damage that may have long-lasting consequences. Recently, this board settled a lawsuit with this owner for a fine of $50,000. I don't think it was enough to deter this actor or any other bad actors. While this project may be a great asset to the town of Riverhead, it must be done in accordance with the rules. It should not take a lawsuit to get this owner to comply. It is incumbent upon all of you to hold him accountable. We must be extremely vigilant, and our due diligence must be done. I urge this board to deny this amended site plan as presented and change the classification from an unlisted action to a type 1 action in order to implement a generic environmental impact study. Clearly, one is warranted. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudette.
Good evening. Sally
Good
Mackin from Baiting Hollow. And I'm going to echo an awful lot of what Claudette and Cindy just said. But first of all, I want to thank you for scheduling a public hearing so that we can learn the opinions of the residents of Riverhead regarding this site. The divergent opinions represented are not that far apart, actually, but the difference is in the details. Let's start with where we agree. Island Water Park is a terrific concept. It's a year-round destination for families and friends to spend time utilizing a wide range of activities. No one here can dispute that. The location, well off the main roadways, make it near ideal. The potential for local employment and revenue also check the financial box as well. Time will tell how that shakes out. Now comes the details where we actually disagree. And the ask is that we who are opposed to this site plan approval is to urge the board to please revisit the vetting process. We have seen documented evidence that violations occurred while the original venue was constructed. We have an owner who, by this application, seems to be looking for approval of additional construction that has been done already, allowing the site to be approved after the fact. Why is that necessary? I remain concerned about the items I included in my letter to the board, namely, whether or not valid and complete certificates of occupancy exist, completed and approved comprehensive inspections from building departments, electrical engineers, and safety officers, have they been done? And DEC compliance with the mined land use plan, where is the status of that? All of these safeguards exist to keep our individuals, the community, and our natural resources protected in both the short term and the long term. I believe it's fair to say that the total scope of the venue would not have been approved as is if it had been presented in this total format from the very start. So the ask is simple. Please deny this site plan until the proper and cumulative Title I action and SECRA review have been completed. For at the end of the day, what this administration and this town should be remembered for is what they were responsible for ushering in a fun, family-oriented, and safe venue, and not be remembered that a future environmental nightmare was created or a hazardous playground existed because they turned a blind eye to the review options that were clearly at their disposal. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Birthday. My name is Gary DiTrano from Freeport, Long Island. I just want to say I thank God that we live in a place where everybody has an opinion and we can all voice it, and look at this amazing turnout.
Gary,
to support-
you want to just lift the mic a little bit to you?
Sure.
Okay,
To
thanks.
support Eric and the entire Scott family. Okay, I know Eric Scott for 25 years. Okay, I'm proud to call him my friend. To listen to the three people that I just listened to right now spew blatant fallacy. I've been at Scott's Point with my family all summer. I was there at the ribbon cutting. I've been involved in a financial capacity with Eric regarding mortgages and helping getting financing, et cetera. And anybody that knows anything about the processes of applications and why people potentially build something and then go for an as-built permit or a maintained permit, we all know the game, okay? And regardless of whether that was the intent or not the intent, has anybody been to Great Adventure? Right? You went to Great Adventure when you were kids, right? There's no place on Long Island to go to that has everything that Scotts Point has under one roof on Long Island to keep our kids here, and like other people have said, to keep them safe and have all of the attractions that they have. Is it all the same rides that we went to in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s? You went to Disneyland, right? They have a Star Wars theme now. It's evolution, it's progress. So for somebody to say, why are you amending a site plan? Why are you adding things? I get news, you're going to add, something else is going to come up. Oh, maybe we want to do whatever they come up with, whatever idea they come up with. The ability to grow and evolve and make the place attractive for other people to come, i.e. the offensive pickleball courts. What happens when it rains on a parking lot? Does that water run off into the aquifer? Is that an environmental concern? I don't know, is a half-mile long asphalt go-kart track that gets rained on a potential catastrophic violation and is going to hurt the environment? This is crazy. For somebody to say that there's no road for fire access, I've seen it. I know what it costs to put it in. So how do you sit here and say there's no secondary road? Not only was there a secondary road, the man had to spend money out of his pocket that he didn't have for a turn lane off the road to get it. He paid for it. He paid the town for it, and the town potentially still has to pay the contractor for it. So I don't know where that came from, right?
Sir, address the board, please.
Okay, well, people are addressing me.
No,
So at the end of the
ignore
day, I'm here wholeheartedly to support the project like everybody else is here, as the permit is as it belongs. I remember the day that Eric bought this property over 20 years ago. Yeah, and Rome wasn't built in a day, but that was not at the fault of Eric Scott. That was at the fault of, and I'm not saying that it's people that were on this board, but there were a lot of obstacles that had to be overcome for a long time. And if it was not for the fact that it was him, and he's one of the hardest working guys that I know, and fortitude and capitalist behavior, this guy would have been bankrupted 10 times over if it was anybody else. And thank God that he stayed the course, and he fought and he fought and he fought, because my son is here and he's going to speak next. There's nothing for these kids to do. I see kids riding bicycles, doing wheelies in the streets, getting run over by cops, racing quads. How many kids died in Suffolk County getting chased by cops riding quads, where all we wanted was a place to do it? Look at what happened with the track. You could throw a rock from his property to the track. They're racing cars 100 miles an hour, and I'm all for it. And everybody was afraid what was going to happen if Long Island gets a racetrack. Oh my God, I've been to Riverhead racetrack. They're doing a phenomenal job. It's managed, it's safe. These guys run at the highest level. His son was sponsored by Red Bull. Do you know the danger of a Red Bull athlete? If there's anybody that's overseeing us doing dangerous shit, it's that guy I want watching us. So I don't want to beat the horse. There's a lot of people here that still want to speak. I think in the environment that we're in right now, if this doesn't speak for itself to see that this is a packed house and the people speak, right? This is what we want. You had 3 people that were opposed, and it sounds like the way they speak, they were paid to be opposed. The articles that I see in that newspaper, I can't believe they're even allowed to be written. Give me a permit, the guy deserves it. Aside from the jobs and the safety for our kids and all the revenue, and when somebody has come up here and say that he's not hiring people, they put him through hell. They were giving him fines every day. He had to have a Christmas party outside out of his own pocket when you have a perfectly good space upstairs that everybody expected. That's why they came to the party. Come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's gone on long enough. Whatever it is. Hopefully you guys work out your differences, and Scott's Pointe, rah.
Good evening, Joel Altheim, St. James, New York, Long Island. I'm also here to speak of Eric's character, that the 3 women that spoke have no clue.
All right, again, we're not speaking of characters tonight. We're speaking of...
But it's
we're
about...
speaking of the 3 units for the site plan.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity to share a few sentiments surrounding the value of Scotts Pointe. I appeal to you today as a patron of Scotts Pointe, and more importantly, dear friend of Eric. Eric is the first to open his heart in my community. Eric will pick up, drop off, set up, clean up, drive, accompany, and drop everything to show up when anyone is in need of anything. Whether it be spending countless time helping the community, bringing leftovers, blankets, winter coats to the widow, homeless, or divorcee living in a shed, or donning a Santa Claus suit for the Christmas holidays and anonymously spreading cheer, or running out to immediately drive to somebody who ran out of gas on the road, including me, who ran out of gas. Eric is the first call made by those in need, and when he is not called, Eric takes the initiative to call and ask and check up, and then he goes and does and brings and helps. Unlike the rest who casually ask, "What could I do?" Eric does it. I am 55 years old, and I have met literally thousands of people, personally and professionally, in my career, as well as maintaining a plethora of friends and a large family. I can unequivocally say that Eric Scott is the singular soul that I trust to help anyone at any time, especially my wife and my 3 children. When I am out of town, he is responsible for my family. I can attest with surety that Eric is a blessed asset to the community. I am not one to wax eloquent for naught and expend praise and lauding compliments for the mediocrity. My strong expression of support for Eric is genuinely authentic and uniquely written one time and for one person, Eric Scott. Again, thank you for the opportunity to share my sentiments, and thank you for listening to the expressions of praise shared by others here tonight. But it is the voices of those from whom you will not hear that will likely resonate the loudest. Scotts Pointe, under the direction of Eric Scott, under the open arms and heart of Eric Scott, serves as a safe haven, a center of joy for countless individuals, underserved children and seniors alike. Eric views this park as a gateway for public service, elevating people's lives, the impact of which can never be quantified. The expansion of the park could never meet or surpass how wide the heart of Scotts Pointe and Eric expand. Thank you.
Young man, before you get started, I'm going to reiterate one more time and one more time only. We're here to talk about the site plan of Scotts Pointe. Okay, if you're in favor of them having a pickleball court, a go-kart track, sit down, and the upstairs catering area. That's what we're here to discuss tonight. It's not the credibility or the uncredibility of anybody in this room. Okay, so if you wrote notes, you wrote speeches, talk simply about those 3 items, whether you're in favor of it or you're not in favor of it. Go ahead, I'm sorry for holding you up.
Good afternoon. My name is Matteo Dutrano from Freeport, and I'm here. Scotts Pointe has been probably one of the best places on Long Island that I've been to. I spent all summer there, and I think the pickleball court, the go-kart track, and everything would be great for the community and everybody, giving more kids jobs. I'm 17. Now that I have my license and I could drive, I'll be spending a lot more time there, maybe get a job there over the summer, but it's one of the best places. My friends love going there. We all love hanging out there. It's been a great place, the family, everybody. So I think it would be great. Send that to me. That's good. All right, so that's all I have to say, and make Long Island great again.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Donna DiBiase, and I am from Lindenhurst. I'm here on behalf of Scotts Pointe. If I can, I just want to share with you the first time I ever went to Scotts Pointe. I've lived in Suffolk County predominantly my entire life, with the exception of moving down south in the early 2000s and returning in 2009. Why come back to Long Island, you may ask? I missed my home, and I miss Long Island. It's now 2024, and a lot of Long Island has changed. Well, 25, okay. Traveled a long way. Long Island, since returning in many areas, have changed. Many businesses are closing. Places that families and people can go to have become, in some categories, scarce, and to be honest with you, not safe as well. I reside a bit of a distance from Scotts Pointe, but when I first became aware of such a facility, I had to go there to see what it was all about. Upon arrival, I was impressed with the parking. There was plenty of space, wide spots, and a pristine, clean parking lot. Often today, for such a large area, you do not see a lot that doesn't have something thrown on the grounds, or maybe people hanging out in a parking lot with a lot of bad things going on. As I entered the building, my first recollection of it was the fresh smell in the air. I was completely amazed. It was both a wonderland, in my opinion, for both adults, teens, and children. Indoor surfing, games, laser tag, party rooms, golf, too many arcade games to list. My favorite was Deal or No Deal, which is hard to find, but there it was. Being a bit overwhelmed in a positive way, I was immediately greeted by two staff members, young adults, extremely polite, that were courteous and asking if this was my first time here, and asking me if I was interested in a tour, and answering any questions about Scotts Pointe has to offer. Honestly, today, and we can all really realize this, it's hard to find even an adult to give the one time, and even in a department store or an entertainment facility, anyone like any time. I was pleasantly surprised of the professionalism of them. I can recount each step of that first day at Scotts Pointe, and seeing the area of the restaurant, as well as the beautiful large deck and the aqua park, that there were plenty of staff there. Again, professional and not ordinary, but extraordinary. I'm not one personally to take the time to come out here. I traveled a long distance to be here. I worked all day. I'm a professional woman. But I'm here because I am truly in favor of the expansion of what Scotts Pointe is all about. I am a professional woman. I'm also a mother. I have many clients in my field of work, as well as an army of friends that I feel very blessed to have. After spending some time and having a delicious and affordable lunch at Scotts Pointe, it was a beautiful day, and I honestly didn't want to leave to go back to work. I was conducting business in the area. Moving forward, I have been spreading the word, as one would say, about Scotts Pointe since early spring of 2024. I do want to add, I had the distinguished opportunity to meet the operating officers of Scotts Pointe, and I will add that they are very caring people. This amazing facility is what Long Island has been waiting for. It is something that Long Island is lacking, and in something that Long Island definitely needs. A beautiful, clean, amazing venue that offers all of this under one roof is an asset to the Township of Riverhead. I support the continued development of Scotts Pointe and all that they bring here to Long Island to add to what they already have. I have gone to Scotts Pointe several times. I wish that there were more. I wish I could be there more often. And what I observed by all the patrons, the families, and the people there was nothing but delightful. They don't miss a beat to bring to the community amazing events, both seasonal, and one key factor that I embraced was their charitable events as well. From toy drives to honoring veterans with free passes, showing them their gratitude for serving our country. It would be a great injustice, in my opinion, to not approve the go-kart track, and with growing love of pickleball, the pickleball courts, I would even love to have a business event there, including company outings and holiday parties. In closing, I thank you.
Thank you.
Gabrielle Meehan, Bating Hollow.
I missed that.
Today I stand up.
Gabrielle, could you say it again a little louder, please?
Gabrielle Meehan, Bating Hollow.
Gabrielle, I just want to interrupt you for a second. New school, right? She's reading off her phone. I like that. Us old people have to write it down on paper. Go ahead.
Today I stand up here as not only a teenager from the town of Riverhead, but also as someone who got to be employed by an amazing company, Scotts Pointe. Over the summer, I had the opportunity to become a lifeguard on their outdoor inflatable aqua park. They provided not only me but all other lifeguards with fully paid waterfront CPR and first aid training. I also got to see how many kids enjoyed their summer days with us. Scotts Pointe not only provides a safe and affordable environment for families to spend their days at on the East End, but it also provides a place for potential workers in surrounding towns to find jobs. This includes my friends and I, the lifeguards from Scotts Pointe. On our behalf, we would like to encourage the community to help fight for Scotts Pointe's opening of all new and staying amenities and attractions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, James Bissett, Cinema Riches. In favor for Scotts Pointe and what they will be doing in the future and to become. I've been in this town for many years. My father built the aquarium and had struggled with the same things, you know, maybe not with you all, but other councilmen. And I do business here as well as many other people, and it's hard to get shit done, unfortunately. But, you know, we have these hardworking men that have, you know, fortunately, you know, the courage to do these things. And, you know, for myself, I'm going to tell, you know, I have 2, 3, 5, and 7-year-old kids, you know, and they all love it, from boys to girls, and even myself enjoying the surf park, you know, with Jake Scott, who's awesome at it, you know, a couple of the people, my brother-in-law. I bring people down there all the time. Started playing pickleball. That's great. I'm looking forward to also other lake sports. Hopefully he gets the wakeboard thing going. You guys can improve that. Be great. Racing go-karts. A lot of us have grown up racing together. Something amazing. Again, putting us into a spot where we can do it safely, under control, and do it the right way. I'm in favor for it. I think you guys hopefully can pass it through. I agree with, you know, getting the permits together, go down there together, take a look at it, have a decent conversation and meeting with him, and, you know, come up with a solution. So I think it's great, and, you know, supporting all the, you know, younger kids that he says, you know, he's going to have hundreds of employees there. You know, without half of these things open, unfortunately, he cannot support those employees. So the more obstacles and things that he has open, the more employees and people he can help out. So I'm in favor for it, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you.
Thank you.
James Fischler from Setauket. I hope that maybe the banquet hall gets approved before the duck farm goes out of business. Maybe we could host a charity event there. So thank you for giving me a minute to speak here. Ladies and gentlemen of the Riverhead Town Council, I grew up on Long Island, have worked for Apple, Sony, and others for the last 30 years. Most recently, I've run a $10 billion business for Samsung. I'm sharing this because I understand firsthand how important it is to balance the good of a community with strong support for local businesses, as well as rules and regulations to protect the public interest and environment. Thank you for the opportunity to address an important matter regarding Scotts Pointe and the desire to open 3 new attractions at their water park. While I understand the concern around site plans and permits, I urge you to consider both the legal precedents of similar situations and the substantial positive impact this decision could have on our community. In speaking with executives from Samsung's own theme park division called Everland in South Korea, it's the 19th largest park in the world, who greets 5 million guests annually, it's well known that in numerous cases, the courts have upheld the decision to allow a local amusement park to operate despite construction occurring without prior site approval. The rulings have highlighted the need of balance of regulatory compliance with community benefits, such as economic growth and recreational enjoyment. In the same way, another case for a temporary permit was granted for a new ride acknowledging the economic advantages for the community engagement if fostered despite procedural oversights. Regarding the potential positive impact of opening these attractions, I've been told that research shows that water parks can boost local tourism by as much as 25%. Seems like Riverhead could use that. A neighboring town that allows provisional openings reported a 30% increase in local business revenues in the year following the attraction's opening. As a data-based example, Dollywood, a theme park based in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, attracts only 2 million visitors annually, but contributes $1.8 billion to Tennessee's economy. This demonstrates how a single park can have a significant impact. A successful water park can serve as a catalyst for new business developments. According to one study, every new major attraction can lead to a 10% increase in surrounding business activity. When Scott Pointe thrives, it creates a ripple effect that attracts new eateries, shops, services to Riverhead, enhancing our local economy. Competition in the amusement park sector and general industries tends to spur further investment and innovation. For instance, when water parks near a successful establishment see increased foot traffic, they must invest to stay competitive. This includes new attractions to capture their share of the market. This competitive dynamic fosters a healthier business environment rather than destroying it. In conclusion, I employ the Riverhead Town Council to consider the legal precedents that support flexibility and regulatory compliance, the economic benefits of allowing these attractions to open, and the potential for Scotts Pointe to act as a catalyst for broader economic growth in our community. Let us work together to create a thriving Riverhead where our local businesses can flourish, families can enjoy the recreation that they deserve. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I say one more thing. We had a surf competition there over the summertime, and I was a participant, a couple other people from local, but as he said, bringing people from out of state. We had people from Los Angeles, Texas, bunch from Florida, Vermont, all over the place for this little, overseas. It was amazing. You know what I mean? I never would have thought. There was maybe 30, 40 of us. But again, contributing to the towns, the hotels, the restaurants, that was one thing I wanted to add, which is great for that surf park. And, I grew up wakeboarding too, so having that lake there, competitions from all over the place, contributing to the town as well. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Sal from SQ40 Calverton, Long Island, and proud to be here. I know a bunch of you guys already, and ladies, thank you so much for allowing us to speak here. I want to talk about the site. I'm not an emotional person in general. This is as of right, correct, Mr. Berg? It's an as of right? They're all permitted uses. I've been in this town now for 24 months. For 24 months as a as a refugee from Brookhaven. If any of you guys know what Brookhaven's like, we left regulation and headache. I took a company, SQ4D. Some of you know who we are. We're the company that 3D prints houses. We built the most incredible technology this country has ever seen, a revolution in housing. And we brought it to your town, to your door. We bought 400 David Court. And we're experiencing the same headaches that I see Eric go through on a daily basis. We put $20 million in pledge into that property between purchasing and renovations. Still no C of O, 20 months later. Rules are not meant to be broken, but they are. And they're broken because people get put their back to the wall, and they don't have a choice. You have to survive. We are building businesses. We're creating jobs. I brought 100 jobs to the doorstep of Riverhead.
Sir, you are way off of what we're here for tonight. I'm going to ask you
The
to
site
bring it
map-
in and talk about Scotts Pointe.
With Scotts Pointe is the same problem I'm saying is we have an approved usage. As Mr. Bergman said, it was an approved usage.
It's
This
a permitted
use.
It still has to be approved through the site plan process, which is why we're here right now.
And you have overwhelming community support for it. Fair? We are here to help our community, not hurt, not burden. We are here to help. I, a taxpayer, you, a taxpayer, we are here to put our tax dollars to work to help our community. And by keeping him at bay and not being able to open, with the site plan being held up and everything being held up all this time, what have we done justice for our township? I don't see any. I see children on the streets not doing good. We've talked about all these emotional things. I'm about facts. The facts are he spent how long to get in correspondence with you guys. He's tried his hardest. I've tried my hardest. I'm telling you, I think we need to look at maybe the rules and regulations and fast track things like this that are good for the community. If I said I was opening up an orphanage, right now, it would take 5 years to break ground. Why? That's not right. We all agree that orphanages are good. Save babies' lives. But we take the same path of years. It's not fair. 10 years, tens of millions of dollars. Businesses are people. Eric Scott is a person. And you are going to bankrupt these people. You tried to do it to me. I don't know why. I have employees throughout this whole place that want to be at Eric Scott's facility. We held our Christmas party there. We froze our butts off. You want to know why? Because we couldn't go upstairs. Because the facility was built, and just to be clear, I did speak to the building department about this, no renovations were made. It was built for a specific purpose with a viewing and a patio as storage. It was built and never retrofitted. It was built for entertaining. A word of storage, a word of entertaining. At the end of the day, it was built. It hasn't been changed. We had to sit outside in a tent, and he had to rent tents and spend tens of thousands of dollars losing money to host people for Christmas. He lost tens of thousands of dollars, and we shivered. And you know what? We didn't complain because it was the right thing to do.
Last time I'm going to ask you to bring it back in. Bring it into what we're here for the public hearing tonight. Are you in favor of the expansion of the site plan?
I am in absolute favor.
Thank you. That's
and
what we
I'm
want to
also
know.
in favor of us looking at the rules because I think there may be some problems there. We need to streamline this process to allow great businesses like mine, like his, and others here to get through this process quickly, to generate jobs, to bring smiles to children. Orphanages, guys, like really, thank you so much for your time.
Good evening. My name is Ronnie Giavelli. I'm from Deer Park, Long Island. Fortunately enough, I've been a professional athlete out of Deer Park and Long Island. So I do promote people like the Scott family. I've owned a dirt bike track here. I have a children's charity where I give bicycles away to children for free. I've done donations to St. Jude's and all of the charities with the shows that I do. I try to figure out, I'm not really sure, again, I'm not from out here, so I don't really know if this is the same board that did approve the race cars. Because that is the kids' future. This go-kart track, race cars are tens of thousands of dollars. Go-karts aren't. But they have to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So if they start on a go-kart, then maybe, yes, they will be racing go-karts later on. And pickleball. I've also been a personal trainer for 12 years. A lot of my older clients love pickleball. There's not a lot of pickleball courts, you know what I mean, around. So to deny this doesn't make any sense. Everything that they're doing for the community, and I've read online, I just friend requested them on Facebook and Instagram, and I started going back in their history of how many donations and how many parties and what they do for the community here. How are they getting shut down for this? For what particular reason? A catering hall? For what? What happens if you have heroes that come in? They're throwing them in his place. Most likely, from when I see how patriotic this family is, they're giving stuff away to veterans and stuff like that. So to deny this whole thing, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't even live in this town. So I am just here to say that I am for this 1,000%. And I applaud this family for doing this because who else is doing it? Nobody. What do you have? Splish Splash, Riverhead Raceway, and that's really it. And then now the race car guys. Kids need this in order to progress. Whoever thought a guy from Deer Park, Long Island would have been a pro athlete? You could see me on the Chris Angel TV show. You could see me on MTV Nitro Circus. But I started somewhere. This family is providing that for these kids. I only ask, just don't deny them. Thank you, Peter.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Dr. Haskell Kazuri Zeta. Happy birthday. And I just wanted to share, I wasn't planning on speaking today, but I was a little bit excited when I saw everybody else speak. So I just want to let you know, I've had many, many great experiences for my kids, 9 through 14. We have been referred to Scotts Pointe, and I got to tell you, if you want to go and go go-karting anywhere else, you'd have to go to Monticello, which I'm a member of. So we have to drive 3 hours to go to Monticello, or drive from Plainview, which is my home where I'm not even in community, to Scotts Point, which is 45 minutes to an hour. The beauty of it also is that we get to share with the community. We drive around with the community. We buy other things. You want to buy flowers for the wife. You want to buy whatever. So the community is benefiting from it. I don't think it's adverse to have Scotts Point further growing and expanding. I think it's great for the community. I didn't know what Calverton was, to be honest with you. I know Hamptons, but I've never heard of Calverton till I went to this place. So the main thing I wanted to say is I'm here definitely to support Scotts Point. I think it's a great place for the kids to go. I think it's an advantage for the community. If you're worried about investing money or putting more money into your community, this is the way to do it, by building businesses, not by shutting them down. So if you want to make this work and you want to help him get to the finish line, then let's do it. Let's make more money for the community. Let's not burn him down. Let's not kill the business. That's a great opportunity for everybody locally and an hour away, like I am. So I appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
How you doing? My name is Michael T. I am a general contractor and architect, and I work out east. I live in East Quogue. I have 2 young children. I wanted to start off by just asking if we could see a show of hands who's in favor of Scotts Point.
My friend, you address the board,
yes, I'm
you
gonna-
do not address the audience.
Sorry about that,
Okay,
sir.
that's how it works here.
So
Okay.
I'd
wanna
like
make
to
sure.
continue just by saying that I do build for the rich and famous out east, and we do see a lot of things like Scotts Point pop up. But unfortunately, what happens is people like Eric Scott get pushed out, and more private venues have to come in and have the money, the funding to be able to fight boards, fight townships, and end up being private, end up being only catering to those who spend 2 months out of the year here, and the people who have lived here their whole lives get pushed aside. So what I'd like to urge, and the approval of this and the expansion of Scotts Point, and strongly urge those who may oppose it to think about what could potentially come of an area like this, a space like this, and an opportunity if there's another private golf course or another private country club. You know, these are going to be catering to all of you, even those opposed, kids, grandchildren, alike, rather than just those rich, famous, or even people who don't care and invest in this community. So I strongly urge that we approve this and the expansion of Scotts Point.
Thank you.
Good evening, Anthony DeGracia, Manaville, New York. I'm in favor of the expansion. I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old son. I don't want to put him on the spot. He's here, but he was the 6th grade pickleball champion, okay, for ESM. All right? 6th grade. Now he's in 7th grade, okay, and we're hoping that he can practice somewhere, all right, and represent Riverhead in this pickleball championship. There he is over there. Raise your hand over there. I have a 19-year-old also, okay? I have a 19-year-old. He worked at Scotts Point. His friends worked at Scotts Point. It gave them the opportunity to work somewhere, okay, and have fun doing it. Kept them out of trouble, okay? I have a 22-year-old daughter. She loves the place as well, and I can personally tell you it's all about family for us and this expansion, okay? I've had numerous family parties at Scotts Point, and it feels like family when we're there, okay? And I really hope that you guys expand the pickleball courts, the card track. It's amazing, right? Why wouldn't you do it? All right, it's for family. It's to keep the kids out of trouble, give them jobs, have people from, all over the place come and support Riverhead. Come to the farms, shop locally. Why wouldn't you do it, right? So that's it, short and sweet.
How you guys doing tonight? My name's Anthony Vecchia. I'm from
Anthony,
Port
can you
Jeff.
just tilt the mic toward you? Okay, everybody wants to hear.
Yep, Anthony Vecchia from Port Jeff. I'm totally in favor of Scotts Point. I'm not scared or sorry to say that I grew up around troubled friends and I ran into some things myself, and if it's not for some people like Eric Scott and my father, that they pushed me to ride motocross, I don't know where I'd be. So that whole Scotts Point layout is legendary to me since the 2000s, right? It kept me out of a lot of trouble. I know for a fact that it's very hard to get into something like motocross because it's very expensive. Eric's opening up something that is friendly to everyone money-wise. It's very hard to have fun and do action sport things on the island without buying a plane ticket and flying somewhere out of the state. You can come right to Riverhead and have fun. I spent the whole summer there with Jake and Cody, and I had the best time of my life, right? Not to mention, I was the person that personally paved the access road. So that was a lie too also. So I'm totally in favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you? Good evening. My name is Mark Detrano, East Northport. You heard my brother speak earlier. I'll keep it short and sweet, not to reiterate what everybody else says. But I will say this: a guy came to you guys came in here years and years ago, as we all know, to start a process and build something that's never really been built on Long Island. Based on the amount of time it's taken, for whatever the reasons may be, and it might have been way before your time on the board, his dream started. That dream comes at a tremendous expense of his family, of actual dollars and cents that a lot of the people who are opposed to this don't really see. And this guy gets up every morning and fights to put his life's work into growing something for children to come and have fun doing on Long Island. And in the spirit of your initial approval of the things that were allowed to be done, all he's done is attempted to take that place and level it up, which, if I know him, he's going to continue to do until the day he dies. For the board and for the town to look upon it negatively and not give him an opportunity to grow this thing to the point where more and more children can be, and not just children, adults also, because I don't think any of the older guys in here are done being kids yet, and you'll find them on the go-kart track as well. So, at that point, to not allow him to continue to expand, to give a family experience for anything to do on Long Island versus, opposed to going to a movie theater, which I think are even a dying thing at this point, get them outside, get them breathing, get them off of an iPad and get them interacting with something. I myself, and I'm sure for the majority of people, with the exception of few in the room, are all for it. And I'd love to see you guys be the board that approves the dream moving forward as well. Because I'm sure, and I could probably attest to it till the day I die, there will be more. And hopefully it's a smoother process that doesn't drain him of everything that he has in order to provide those things for people he doesn't even know. So I thank you guys for your consideration, and hopefully you vote well. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Keith, Eastport. I grew up in Riverhead, graduated from Riverhead, spent a lot of years here in Riverhead. My family still lives here, and I am absolutely in favor of Scotts Point. Having grown up in Riverhead when I was younger, the only thing you had was maybe the playground and your bike. I would have loved to have had a facility like this. I have 2 young kids, and I remember the first time I went to Scotts Point, listen, Eric greeted us. The guy was with us the whole time, and my son, eyes wide open, he just couldn't even take it all in. And to see that as a father, right at your fingertips, it's right there, it's 15 minutes down the road. You read this stuff and it's nonsense. Rules and regs, I understand that they're there, but you know what? Common sense also applies, and at some point there needs to be a balance between the two. So I would come here and urge you really to go ahead and figure this out and get this thing approved. My father worked at Grumman, and he was laid off in 1991. And it's a shame because I used to come home from college and you're looking at this place where my father provided for my family, and plan after plan after plan gets rejected, and the place looks like garbage. The buildings look like they're going to fall down. The weeds are taller than I am coming out of the buildings, and it's an embarrassment. And somebody brought up reputation before. That's a direct reflection of the reputation because nothing has been done. And here now you have a man that has poured himself out, damn near bankrupting himself to do the right thing for the community. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the next generation. Preservation for the next generation. I don't want my kids inside of a dispensary. I want my kids in a place like Scotts Pointe, and that's where they should be, having fun, growing together. And one other thing, all you ever see is the degradation of family itself. It's a word that's just kicked around and there's no integrity behind it. You know what? This man's trying to bring that back. It's time to put family first, community first, and put this bureaucracy behind us. Thank you for your time.
My name is William Bayer. I'm from Port Jefferson, if you can hear me. I'm retired military. I'm also retired state police. Patrolled Riverhead for numerous years before my retirement in December. I'm a father of 5 kids and a stepson, so I think I have one more kid. I'll probably need a permit to get one. But we frequent Scotts Pointe a lot, and everybody knows with little kids, especially in this area, there's not much to do in the wintertime. You know, so my daughter at 5 years old is always like, I want to do something. I'm bored. Go to Scotts Pointe. I wear them out. It's great. They go to bed early. But they really love and enjoy the attractions there. It's really something that's needed in the community. I dealt with a lot of the kids in this area with the hanging out and things. It's really because they have nothing to do. I've known Eric for quite a number of years. He's always been a man of integrity. If he's fallen short on something, if he has to correct it, he will. I don't foresee any issues with that. But to try to shut him down, I don't think is really going to do the community or even anybody any good. I think it would just only bring more attraction to the area and give us something to do, even in the off season, for people like me who have a boatload full of kids. So with that being said, as a trooper, I was always, raised and taught with integrity. Before I went on patrol, or if I accused somebody of a crime, I had to have some kind of, evidence or something to support my accusations. To hear statements from some of these people with some of the accusations with no supporting evidence, I feel is just a lack of integrity, especially with some of the people that actually witnessed the paved roads being put in. I've been watching the construction for this for, the entire time, and he's always been, articulate about what has to be done and so proud of his achievements. This is all he's been working for and talking about. So with that being said, I'm in favor for everything he's planning on doing. It's going to make my life easier on a weekend. So I thank you.
Thank you for your service.
All right, before anybody else comes up, we have somebody online. We'll take that now.
Good evening. This is Karen Kemp. I live in Riverhead. I just want to say that I recognize that there are many people in favor of the water park and that this is a fun place. But the bottom line is that the go-kart and the pickleball courts and the party space were all built without permits. This is a fact, and this is why we're all here. The site plan should receive a type 1 secret action and go through the proper environmental reviews. Sadly, there appears to be a growing trend in Riverhead where a developer builds illegally and then asks for forgiveness. Have we already forgotten about the cider house where they built first and then begged forgiveness? Please, this is a process about safety and it needs to be followed. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else online? Nobody online? We'll open up the mic up here again.
Good evening, Supervisor and members of the board. My name is Jen Hartnagel, and I'm speaking on behalf of the group for the East End. My comments pertain to process and the law. It's the group's position, after reviewing the amended site plan, that it should be in no way analyzed as a separate and distinct action from the originally approved plan and its subsequent amended site plan. Each amendment's proposed actions may result in a moderate to large-scale environmental impact that have never been fully or collectively analyzed comprehensively. The town board, acting as lead agency, should issue a positive declaration and require the applicant to submit an environmental impact statement. Continually amending the size, scope, and use and magnitude of uses on this site in separate site plan amendment application segments the action's overall environmental impact. The intent of seeker requires the review of the whole action. The magnitude of the amended changes in the subject plan alone warrants further analysis and potential mitigation. Despite the town board adopting a resolution classifying the action as unlisted, Riverhead Town Code Section 225-11 calls out this action as a Type 1 action because it requires 50 or more parking spaces. The applicant has clearly demonstrated a lack of concern, adherence, and compliance with the rules, codes, and regulations within Town of Riverhead and other regulatory agencies, which should not be brushed off. The need for a transparent public input and a collective impact assessment of the overall action, which is located adjacent to a groundwater resource, our drinking water, couldn't be any clearer. It has nothing to do with whether you like this facility or not. I have a lengthy comment letter I'd like to submit into the record. But bottom line, it's incumbent on you as the lead agency to require an appropriate review. The DEC can do what it wants, the health department can do what it wants, but at the end of the day, you're the lead agency on the site plan, it's under your jurisdiction, and you have the authority to say no or to require an appropriate assessment.
Or say yes.
Given the proposed as-built amendments, previous amendments, and continued disregard for restrictions and the general activity on site, it would be completely irresponsible of this board to continue to move forward with another piecemeal review. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's AJ. I'm from Riverhead. I just learned about all of this, so this is my first meeting ever. Nice to meet everybody. I feel the room. It's disturbing.
Hi.
So I just like to say, to play devil's advocate, I'd say no to everything. And that's it. That's all I got. Put it on record. Have a good one.
I missed all of that. I missed everything.
She said no to everything.
Yeah, sure what that was about.
There's no.
Hello, Dave Gumbus from Port Jefferson.
Sorry.
32 years in physical education. I've just retired.
Quiet down, please.
I'd like to just let the board know, pickleball is one of the hottest things in the country today. So I'm for it, and I'd be remiss if I didn't come up. I have a 9-year-old that I denied a go-kart for Christmas this year because I promised him there'd be a go-kart track that he could come and ride legally, not in the streets. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy Bergen, South Setauket. 100% in favor of what Eric Scott's doing. The go-kart track. I don't know, pickleball, I couldn't even tell you about pickleball. Go-kart track, I have a young son. He's 2.5 years old. He's starting to get into cars already. What's he going to do, drive in the street? This man's building a track where we can all go legally and not get in trouble, keep kids off the street. The 5 different women, whatever they are, the only ones that are against it had their time. They're older. They don't care. They don't have kids. Let them go about their business, sip their tea at home. Don't waste your time here. It's all about the kids now, right? That's the future. Let's keep the kids safe. That's how I feel.
Thank you.
John Cullen, Northville, a guy speaking against this. I'm hearing great things about Mr. Scott today. He's such a great guy, but Mr. Scott did not do the proper procedures and ask for a application or asked for, well, I guess he's going to be asking for forgiveness again because this guy has gone through the town and he's been up against the town board doing many, many things without permission. Did he have permission to build a go-kart track that's already been built before anybody found it? No. Did he have permission to change his catering hall, change his storage unit to a catering hall? No. Did he have permission to build pickleball courts and take down all those trees between the pickleball court and the go-kart track? No. Councilwoman Merrifield, you were spot on last town board meeting. I hope everybody at the town board listened to you intently. I know that Barbara made some nice points on her letter to the town board. I hope the whole thing was written from beginning to end. And Supervisor, this was a brazen move that they did by not asking for permission and going through the application, the proper process. It was a brazen move, and I hope it gets a brazen response. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Claudia Bianco, Baiting Hollow. Despite the rude comments and the personal affronts, it's about safety. It's about the safety of the children that are served at this facility. Excuse me. Thank you. Don't be rude. The point is, anybody in this room who went to a facility that didn't have permits or permission to build such a function would be the first one to file a lawsuit if something negative happened. It's about safety. It doesn't mean we're against the project. It just means you have to do it the right way and ask for permission and get permits and inspections first. That's all it's about. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudette.
Good evening. Thanks for listening to everybody tonight. I just had a couple things to say. I'll be very brief. I've known Eric for over 41 years. I watched him start with this project, I think about 28, 29 years ago when it was on Youngs Avenue. The town of Riverhead convinced him to go inside Grumman and building Grumman because it was for it was for economic development only. There was a letter I remember from the Pine Barrens Commission, because you had to deal with the Pine Barrens Commission, the town of Riverhead, and DEC, which nobody could get through all three, because all three they wanted to decide who was going to be in control. So I watched him go through waiting to get this going. When he finally got this project going, as it was moving along, he had bumps in the road the entire way. So I understand his frustration. I understand if something that was done that wasn't approved. But the things that we're talking about, whether it's the go-kart track, whether it's the upstairs, which was already finished, maybe it was cold storage, but it was already finished. And as far as the pickleball courts, it's pretty simple to go out there and make sure it was done properly. It can be looked at. It can be make sure everything passes code. I don't see what's so difficult about that. I spend half the time right now in New York during the summers, and I'm in Florida. The one thing I noticed about Florida and the Tampa area, and I got to say, I think you guys should really think about, and I asked them, I said, you guys get these projects done, the parks, everything is beautiful down there. And I talked to one of the mayors, and the one thing he said, he goes, well, when someone comes in with a project, and we have to tell them no, we sit down and say, all right, now how do we figure out how to make it a yes? And that's all I think you have to do with this. If there's something that wasn't done correctly, you have them corrected. But this is for everybody in the community. Everybody loves it. We've heard that all along. Even the people that are against it, they're saying it's all because, things that weren't inspected or things that weren't done before the permitting. So as far as those three things, I don't see how hard it would be to make sure they were done properly and they're inspected and you get your permit and we move on from here. He already paid a fine. Everything you've asked him to do before this, the roads that came in later on, every single thing you guys asked him over 28 or 29 years has been done. So all I ask, I'm fully for this, as well as most of the people in this room, just take the time to figure out how to change something that you don't like from a no to a yes, and work together. That's it. All right? Thank you.
Corey Lohr, Holbrook. Sorry, I'm not very dressed nice, and I can't speak very good. I have crazy anxiety, so this makes a little hard for me. But I'm a 31-year-old guy, right? I came straight from work. What is stopping all of us, people my age, from leaving Long Island? We can go to Florida, start a family for cheaper. We have amusement places to go to. Where are you going to go to that you're not traveling 2 hours with your kids? Now you got to, pack them up in the car. We can drive 15 minutes to bring them to some place where we can bring them on a go-kart track. We can play pickleball. Not very good at pickleball, but I'll do it. All these places, the venue. I want to have my company party at a venue. Why can't we? It's ridiculous. Why won't I just move? You guys make it so hard for people to do stuff. Maybe not you, and I'm not looking at, you're just right in the center, so I'm just staring at you. So I do apologize. Don't hit me. That's my way of relaxing from my anxiety. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I am for it. God bless America. We can decide what we want, but I do appreciate you guys taking the time and listening to us. Just really think about it. People my age, 31 years old, where we can barely afford to live here. You know how much easier it is for us just to move and get the hell out of here? It's cheaper taxes, places for our kids to hang out. Much warmer weather. That's about it. So yes.
How's it going? I'm Joe from Holbrook. So, before someone asked the whole crowd to raise their hands and that got shut down, am I able to ask you guys a question?
You can make your statement about the special permit hearing. Site plan. Tell us what you feel about the site.
I am all for it. I like to have fun. You look like a guy that would ride go-karts, no? You look like
Make
you
'em
guys
big
all
enough.
like to have fun. So,
Need the two-seater.
like what the other guy said, I think it's just as easy as going down there, checking it out, and seeing what it's about and making a decision. Then I'm for it, though.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
My name is King Kamali. I am here from Annapolis, Maryland. I drove 7 hours here for Eric and his family. My brother-in-law's here. He's from Leesburg, Virginia. I'm going to make this very short. Instead of taking my family to King's Dominion, to Busch Gardens, to Six Flags, I'm going to come here for two reasons. One, because of what he's doing, what the park stands for the go-karts, the pickleball, the surfing, and all that. But also because of his character. He's an amazing person. This has to go through because this is for the kids. And I agree with Keith 1,000%. It's always been about the kids. And if you don't do this, you're making a huge mistake. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. This is exactly why I voted for Trump. So I can get away from that. Thank you.
Do we have anybody else who would like to comment? Nobody online? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Barbara Blass, and I live in Jamesport.
Get it right.
Okay, good. All righty. I'm going to ask the clerk if you wouldn't mind putting the comments that I submitted, which you acknowledged in correspondence, if you could make them part of the official record for the public hearing proceeding, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I have just two questions on the site plan. The revised site plans dated 9/3/2024, stamped by JRH Consulting Engineers. There's a notation alongside the designation of the pickleball court area and the go-kart area, and it says "by others." Those are the words. And it appears in bold, and it appears as though not only were they constructed without approvals, but apparently were not engineered by licensed professionals. Obviously, JRH Consulting is not taking responsibility for them. So I'm just asking a question. Is this a new precedent-setting procedure here by approving site plans with components which are not certified by licensed professionals? I'm not even sure our code permits that, and I don't know if there's any additional liability that may be associated with that. I do know that the go-karts are going to be fueled in 5-gallon containers. I think I saw they would be fueled by others, and I just wondered if there was a containment area, a fuel spill containment designated area on the site plan. I didn't see it, and I know it's a small amount, but it would serve as appropriate mitigation in light of the fact that any reported spill of petroleum 10 gallons or more or gasoline 5 gallons or more is supposed to be reported to the DEC. Having a containment area would serve as appropriate mitigation. I'm sorry? You wouldn't have to worry unless you dumped them all out at once and it's over.
Barbara,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't even
I'm sorry.
Really.
I'm just citing the fact that that's normally what happens if you have fueling on site. There is a containment, and it goes as low as 5 gallons for. It is a site plan issue, and I'm sticking to the issue. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, he went already, John, so let's get everybody up first before we double back.
John McAuliff from Roanoke Landing. I didn't come here tonight to speak to this issue, but I am concerned about just seeing what's going on. First of all, this is the Riverhead Town Board. It has responsibility to the voters, the citizens of Riverhead. I'm very glad that Mr. Scott has a lot of friends all around this Long Island and obviously from further away. I'm very glad that this facility is of great utility to people from other parts of Long Island, but the people who have to live with the consequences of process, of the way government functions, and of environmental concerns are the people who are your voters, are the residents of Riverhead, and I hope that you should note that almost all of the pressure that's coming on you tonight is coming from people who are not those voters, who are not those citizens. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have a strong feeling about it, but I do have a strong feeling that it should go through the proper process in the town, and that there is in a sense tonight, and the pressure campaign tonight is reflective of the whole problem of this project, that somebody who has the resources and the personality and the network feels that he and his company can push something down the town and force the town to accede to that, and I think that would be a very bad precedent.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris Finney, Wading River. I am part owner of 3 golf courses here in the town of Riverhead. I am a taxpayer. I do live in Riverhead. I'm here to support this site plan. I'm here to support that I have a son that I have to send to St. John the Baptist because the town of Riverhead School District failed him. Also, he asks me every day not to go on one of my golf courses, but Dad, when are we going to be able to go on a go-kart track? What's wrong with this town? Why can't they get it done? Why can't they figure it out? So I'm begging you to do what most of these guys said, is to get together, figure out, do it right, figure out turning a no to a yes. And we pay a lot of taxes here in Riverhead. I own 3 golf courses that I pay a tremendous amount. And unfortunately, the town has failed on a lot of aspects here. But we're all in it. We're all here to support it. And we beg you to figure a way to say yes for the kids of Riverhead. So again, I leave Riverhead. I pay $12,000, $14,000 now to put my son at St. John the Baptist. And I have to take him off Long Island to go to Foxwood to race cars this weekend on a President's Day, Martin Luther King weekend, sorry. But I have to travel to Foxwood to go-kart racing. So, again, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Chris.
Hi, I am Brianna.
Brianna, put the mic down.
Good?
Pretend you're in a concert. Get to the mic.
Okay. I'm Brianna. I just got off a 13-hour shift as a nurse. I'm very tired, but I'm here to support. I have 2 young kids. One's a 2-year-old boy and one's a 4.5-year-old girl who I love to bring there. And I am for this because I want my son to grow up and have fun and be somewhere with the community that he could do that. And for that, I am for it.
Thank you.
I'll be fast. I'll be quick. So this is going to be a little different. So obviously there's people who oppose it and there's people that want it. So the reason we're opposing it is because I guess permits. Again, I'm really not familiar with it. So that's one thing. Now, if that does happen, does it benefit Riverhead Township that, let's say, they have to close the place down? Now weeds grow 7 feet high. Now there's graffiti on the building. Now there could be junkies in that place. Now there could be fires there. You lose your taxes. Where does that make sense? Doesn't it make sense to fix this permit piece? This way we could all move on. People lose jobs. So again, I'm hearing all the opposing and I'm trying to figure out why wouldn't we, like what the one gentleman said, Like what Chris said, why can't we just work together and figure this out? And then we have a win-win. Some people could win there, and then we win, and then Riverhead wins. I'm sure you people don't want an empty building, that you would rather have this building here and get your tax, obviously. So, again, so I just wanted to finish with that.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nobody online? Oh.
Oh. Oops, gotta force that out.
Good evening, Talkie Church and Greater Calverton Civic Association President. It is incumbent on this board to enforce rules, just the way it is, on all of us in many aspects of our lives here in Riverhead. I love go-kart racing. I used to go to Kart-to-Go-Go over in Hampton Bays when I was a little kid. As I've grown older and become an adult, I found out what the rules and regulations do to your life. And I haven't always liked them. However, I recognize that they're there for not only my safety, but the safety of others. And I see Mr. Rothwell nodding his head just a little bit if you're agreeing with me about that, because you've often said to us that you're here to protect the life and safety of folks here in Riverhead. You see that as one of your number one priorities. I would argue that as much as we want to go out and have fun, if we're going to go into business and we're going to take other people's lives, liability for their safety, then we need to sit down with the folks here in Riverhead in the planning department and get some guidance on how to go about working together. And what I've learned by reading is that for the 24 years that this applicant has been operating in different capacities, that hasn't been an element or an ingredient in his operation. So for the folks who don't know why we go about, why aren't we just out here to have fun? How can't we just sit down together today with what's already built and say, okay, how can we make that work for the town of Riverhead? Those opportunities have been many, and there have been many years of the time and ability for people to sit down and do that. You're here today past that point. And I'm asking you due diligence on the environmental aspect, because there's a lot that goes into that. I do agree with Jen Hartnagel from the Group for the East End that it needs to be an extensive environmental review, coordinated, and possibly a supplemental report. And it would help everybody who wants to support a gentleman who has put his heart and soul into his business, if they would make themselves aware of those things for his protection also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm back up. Just listen to this. And I hear about the rules and regulations, and I can tell you, as from being in the military and from being a police officer, and there's a lot of police officers in this group here, we know how important the rules and regulations are. We also know that there is something called discretion. And if I wrote a ticket to every single car I pulled over on the highway, I would write hundreds of tickets in a month. The average cop writes 10 because there's discretion. There are people who are doing wrong, and it's wrong for the community, and we deal with those problems. Then there are people that are doing right for the community, and we advise them of what they were doing, we warn them, and we move forward. Not everybody is a criminal. We're not, when procedure and policy is missed, or if there's something that needs to be discussed, it's obviously a time for you and the Scott family to get together and deal with this as rational adults and figure out what's best for this community. That's all I had to say about that.
Lou Vecchia, 214 Tyler Court, Riverhead. I'm asking you please to approve this. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Anybody else?
Is there somebody else?
Oh, we got one on Zoom? Okay. All right.
Why do people wait till this? You should get in line.
Hello, Kelly McClinchy, Manorville. It will come as no surprise to the town board that I stand up here and my comment is about water. I've said this before. I've gotten up and spoken about Scott's Pointe before, and I firmly believe that the applicant has been given this great opportunity to start a business, and clearly people are going there, they're having fun, they're enjoying their time, and that's an important part of life. I will tell you, growing up, I had a go-kart. I used to whip it around the streets in the town of Brookhaven. Illegal, yes, I did it. But I'm worried. For those of you that know, the surrounding community has been concerned about the water supply in the area. I'm hearing a lot of people tonight that get up here and speak, and they're not from the area, and that's okay. We want people to come in. We want people to utilize the businesses and bring economic benefit to the town. But the area around the former Grumman site where Scott's Pointe is operating, the citizens are worried. And for years, the town board, regardless of the members that were on the town board, have stood by us. The staff here at Riverhead Town Hall have worked diligently to protect the water. And I see and heard some behaviors from the applicant, and it's concerning to me. Very simply put, yeah, there are rules, and rules have to be followed. And one of the rules at this site all along was to not use any gas-powered watercraft in that lake. And that's been done. There's been jet skis in there. There's been personal boats in there whipping around. And brazenly, videos were taken and posted on social media. Again, I'm not opposed to the business. I think that if done correctly and if done mindfully, it's an asset to the community. I really do think that. But I do think that this site plan needs a long, hard look. And once that has been done, I think that the applicant needs the opportunity to sit down with the board and perhaps have the board explain what it means to be a steward of the environment, what it means to do the right thing. I mean, I'm hearing wonderful things. I don't know the business owners, but something seems amiss here, and I think can be done better, and can be done in a way that's supporting people who want to come and enjoy the benefits of the business, but also keep in mind the concerns of the surrounding community. So I thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Marquardt, Port Jeff Station. I would like for you to approve this. I think it's really good. I've recently gotten to pickleball a lot this summer. I'm 21, so a lot of my friends, it's big to go out and party, but instead we went to the pickleball courts, and if Scott's Pointe can open that up, that'd be good too. I also grew up going to the country fair all the time, riding go-karts there. That shut down, so now there's nowhere that I know of to go, and I think that would be really good for the young kids too. And that's all I have to say.
We have one person online we're going to take.
Yeah, good evening. Mike Foley, Reeves Park. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, Mike.
Sorry I had to leave the meeting. but I just wanted to comment on this application. When the violations were first discovered, I guess that was 6-7 months ago, there were an awful lot of outraged people in the park, in the community, and I was one of them. Off of other applicants that had been given forgiveness for not getting applications approved through the normal process. I felt it was real important that we send a strong message to any future potential violators. Now, Scott's been in the mix for, I guess, 20 years. He's done some things with permits, some things without. He's paid fines on some things, and his most recent one paid a $50,000 penalty. Doing the math on it, a $50,000 penalty sounds heavy, but when you look at the original 2021 IDA application for tax recording exemptions, sales tax exemptions, real property tax development exemptions, they said that this project was going to cost about $25 million. And I believe now that number is up to $36 million. If in fact, and I believe that's the number that was quoted at the last IDA meeting, $36 million total investment. That's an awful lot of money. And certainly hearing all of the attendees tonight say what a great guy Scott is and what a great facility it is, I think that does have weight. I think the guy probably is well-intended, but the process is there to protect the taxpayers of the town and the environment. This aquifer is a sole source aquifer that handles 2.5 million people. And to have things put in without permit, without really looking at what needs to be done to protect the aquifer and to protect the people that are going there, seems to me that it is something that was caused by Scott, not by the town, not by the town people. I understand the frustration and I understand the cost in putting these things together, but they're there for a reason. And when we sued this guy, when the town sued the guy, they asked to get rid of the track, get rid of the pickleball courts, restore the catering facility that has been built on the second floor back to storage as was first discussed in the IDA plan. There's a reason why the town needs to enforce its rules. And I'm not saying shut Scott's Pointe down. I am not. I think it has the potential to be a great draw to the town just by the people that took the time and the effort to come out to Riverhead on this cold night. From Points West, somebody drove up from Maryland. That doesn't happen for a guy that's not a good guy. So I will stipulate that Scott's a good guy. I will acknowledge that this can be, and already is a benefit to the town. But in my mind, you don't have to shut Scott's Pointe down to put a halt on go-kart racing, pickleballs, and establishing a catering hall until there is a proper site plan type 1 inspection that's going to cost more money. But whose fault is that? If he had come through the permit process, all of this could have been dealt with. So in my mind, it would seem to me, so to make sure that we're not encouraging any more people asking for forgiveness, that they need permission, they need to go through the town process and respect that process. If it needs to be streamlined, let's talk about that. I think everybody on the dais there is for a streamlined process to reduce unnecessary regulations. But safety and environmental issues are not issues that can just be waved away, built upon, and then say, I already did it, I'll pay the $50,000 fine, and maybe give you a discount at the go-kart. That's not what the law is there for. So I would ask that you reject this application the way it is, to insist that it become a type 1 action, to take all of these things into consideration, and then hopefully Scott can have all the things he wants. I heard before, one of the people that knows Scott says he's not done, that there are more things to build on this 46 acres. That's great. Get a permit. Get a permit. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. All right, not seeing anybody else? One more?
Hi, my name is Brian Birchall from East Quogue. I wasn't going to come up and say anything, but I just find this a lot of bureaucratic stuff going on here. I know it's the way, I know what's right, what's wrong, but I'm not a 20-year-old friend of Eric Scott. I met him 2 years ago through one of my great friends, and he walked me around his park, walked me around everything. And his utmost responsibility was a safety for family and family fun. And I'm for this 100%, because I remember I grew up in Center Ridge, and we had a go-kart place that closed down, and we found ourselves in the woods, like Mr. Scott over there. And it ruined a lot of people's lives. And this, saying safety for the kids, I'm all for this, and I just wanted to say that real quick.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, we're going to close the public hearing, but we will keep it open for 10 days for written comments. So if you want to write any more comments, you have until January 31st, at the end of the day, 4:30 p.m., to submit your comments, and they will be made part of the record. Okay, that's it for the public hearing. At this point in time, we're going to move on to comments on any resolution. Comments on any resolution. Do we have anybody that would like to comment on any resolution in tonight's packet?
Actually, your birthday party's over there, kid.
All right, Joanne's birthday party's over, everybody's leaving.
Hey, you're leaving Joanne's birthday party.
I just want to thank everybody, both sides, coming out tonight. We appreciate hearing all your thoughts. Thank you.
Tried to get him this thing.
My seal is watching you.
Want to submit something? You go over and submit one.
Let everybody know we're having a call.
Me too. She's not under the weather. 10.
Yeah.
Close to a Brett.
My Navy.
Stand in. Got it.
What I found interesting is they rode go-karts when they were kids. And
All right, folks, if I could just ask if you could exit the building or exit the room here. If you're leaving, please make your way.
Let's go. Move out the door. Let's go. Gotta go. Got a meeting.
We have a town board meeting.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask you to mingle in the hallway. We need to continue the meeting. Thank you.
Let me see if there's somebody online.
What's that?
Anybody online we can go to?
No.
Get him, Jim.
You're not going to hear him anyway.
Don't do that, Jim.
So now we're going to be all alone again. Nope. Maybe not. Yeah, we used to take one of our bicycles, man, and ride all over the place, get chased.
Not the way you want to spend your birthday.
The cops were great. They didn't like me.
I know.
It's just good, you know.
All right. That means there's going to be a lot of cake left over. So
I'll have 2 pieces.
This won't be using all 4 sheet cakes.
You want to do CDA first?
Okay. We actually have a meeting to do, guys. Ladies, gents?
Yep. Approach the clerk, sir.
You got free go-kart passes? Free go-kart passes?
Thank you, sir.
I was going to talk to you, but when I leaned over, I burped.
Well, thank you.
That's why
have that effect.
I didn't continue on. Okay. Town board meeting going on. We're open for comments on any resolutions. Hockley, come on up.
Hi there. Thanks very much, Dr. Turchin, Greater Calverton Civic Association President. Comment on number 8. It's 2025-96, appoints a site plan reviewer. Might be poor timing for me to mention this because the crowd that was just in here would love to
Hockley,
have...
I'm going to have to ask you to speak up because
I'm sorry. Can you hear this now? Am I better?
Yeah. Just give it
Heard?
1 second and they'll close the door.
There we go. Much better.
Oh, yeah, way better. So my comment is on 2025-96, appoints a site plan reviewer. It might be poor timing on my part to say something about this right now because the crowd of folks who were just here would probably like to have way more site plan reviewers so that they could expedite plans to go through the planning department in excess of the good work that they already do. My reference is to the comp plan where it was said an environmental planner was in order for the planning department. And instead we're seeing a site plan reviewer to review more plans, incoming plans. I do know that you've created an expediting effort where an applicant can pay an extra fee and the site plan reviewers that you do have now can take them home and work overtime.
No, the planning department doesn't have that. That's building permits
building.
and fire marshal plans.
Okay, so but they're expedited and they pay, the applicant pays an extra fee?
The applicant pays an extra fee that's designed to cover whatever overtime
Right.
is being expended by the town employee.
To do,
To review plans if it's a fire marshal or review permit applications if it's the building department.
right, okay, so I am addressing that. I might have misspoke the way that it happens in that it's in a different department. So
Right.
you do have a function that has speeded up the process of permitting by paying an extra, the applicant paying an extra fee to expedite getting
Right, but-
their building permit read.
But not through the planning department.
Correct.
Not yet. So we're working on it.
Not yet.
So, on balance, an environmental planner is going to be looking at a different set of things than a permit examiner. And our comment, our comp plan said, hey, it said we were going to have an environmental planner. That's actually in the comp plan. So it just seems like the cart is before the horse here. I think we'd like to see an environmental planner, a specialty in seeker in the environment, beyond what's already the talent that's already in the planning department. Yes, they're in two different departments, but together they create one. They do one function, right? They get a permit from start to end. So that's my observation, and I would ask that you maybe table the site plan reviewer reso and look more at an environmental planner. We really need one. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to comment on resolutions before us tonight? Nobody online? Okay, let's go ahead and, Mr. Town Clerk, can we do the resolutions?
Sure, we'll start with resolution number 1, which is number 89.
Budget adoption of community benefit funds for an open space project. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Owoski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 90.
Unbalanced budget transfer for code enforcement vehicle, which I wish was a hybrid purchase. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Owoski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 91.
Water District Capital Project 82301, budget amendment. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Owoski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 92.
Authorizes sewer district employees to attend NYWEA meeting and training conference. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 93.
Authorizes the attendance by Deputy Town Attorney Saru at the 2025 Annual Meeting and Training School held by the Association of Towns. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 94.
Authorizes town justice to attend training conference. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 95.
Appoints an account clerk. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 96.
Appoints a site plan reviewer. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, in a perfect world, we would have both, but in a perfect world, we'd have money to have both. And we have Heather Trojanowski, who does a fantastic job on our environmental aspects of our plans now, so we may someday have somebody specifically for that, but right now we do not, and I vote yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 97.
Appoints.
I make a motion to table resolution number 97.
I second it.
Vote, please, on the tabling.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yeah, I think we just need to explain, like, why we in fact are tabling this. So Alexander Escobar is an incredible individual, brings great knowledge to the Anti-Bias Task Force. I strongly support him volunteering to be on the Anti-Bias Task Force, and I certainly look forward to that appointment. I think just because we got maybe 2 resumes at the same time, and there was one individual that was uncertain about perhaps resigning from the Anti-Bias Task Force. So just in the interest of doing it fairly and saying that we have 2 great individuals but we both look to appointing them, I think, both at the same time. So just in the appearance of appointing 2 individuals at the same time, because they both bring equal caliber and greatness to the Anti-Bias Task Force, I look forward to next month appointing them both together. So with that point, then I'll agree to table it with the expectation that we'll be moving forward with this and perhaps another great individual next month.
Correct. That's a yes for me, too, Jim.
All right, resolution is tabled. Resolution number 98.
Appoints a part-time traffic control specialist. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 99.
Appoints a call-in recreation aide to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 100.
Ratifies the appointment of a temporary part-time office assistant. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 101.
Ratifies the reassignment of an office assistant. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
All right, Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 102.
Ratifies the resignation of a part-time bilingual clerk. Thank you for your service. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Accept it with regrets, and I strongly promote that we look for, as we believe are currently doing, and have it on our website for an immediate replacement. That's well needed. So, yes.
And Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 103.
Ratifies the reclassification of a maintenance mechanic 2 to maintenance mechanic 3. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 104.
Amends Resolution 2025-9. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 105.
Amends Resolution 2025-69. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 106.
Approves the stipend for a Pine Barrens designee. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 107.
Authorizes the filing of an application for the New York State Assistance from the Housing Hazardous Waste, HHW, State Assistance Program, and signing of the associated state contract under the appropriate laws of New York State. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 108.
Authorizes renewal of a Music Works license agreement with the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, 2025. So moved.
I thought you were going to sing that as an intro. So, seconded.
Vote, please.
Without fanfare.
Is there a second?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 109.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an addendum to an agreement with LVF Landscape Architects, PLLC, Streetscape. So moved. Can I get a second?
Yeah, I'm going to second this. I'm just curious if we have a deadline on what we're doing with them. I know we're giving them more money. Dawn, can you just,
Sure. So this is, they've completed the work under the two contracts, but since we are starting the construction of the town square, we needed assistance in getting them to help us with that initial planning. So that was outside of their original contract. So we're moving on to the next level, and this was something that we needed to get done. And in addition, there's two actually addendums here. The first one is the streetscapes one. That is related to some work they're doing with permitting with the New York State DOT to do some core sampling, which wasn't part of the contract. We needed to hire somebody to help us with that, and that is what that is about.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just, because I know we've had discussions in the past, is there a deadline on this?
These are just limited
Okay.
scope, a little bit of work, but outside the original agreement is nothing substantial and nothing ongoing. It is just for these limited items.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
So can I just ask, it says on the fiscal impact statement, it says, will the proposed legislation have a fiscal impact? It's marked no, but we are asking for additional funds.
It is covered by grant
The
monies.
grants.
Well,
By the
both,
grant.
both of them will be covered by grant monies.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yep, sure.
So I second.
You got me a second? Okay.
Absolutely.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 110.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an addendum to an agreement with LVF Landscape Architects, PLLC Playground. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 111.
Grants Chapter 229 Excavation Exportation Permit for GR Riverhead Land LLC, Washville, 1535 Old Country Road, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map number 600-101-2-12.6. I'd just like to state that there's a typo. It's a one-story self-service car wash. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yeah, Eric, I have one question on this. Here it says it's representing $2 per cubic yard, and I know we upped it to $3. Has that not taken effect yet?
Well, no, it hasn't taken effect yet. We have to draft a code change because the fee is set forth in Chapter 229 of the Town Code. So we have to propose an amendment to the local law and
Yeah, I
hold a
would like to
public
do
hearing
that
and adopt.
as soon as we can.
Okay, yep.
Thank you.
I emailed Deputy Town Attorney Saru to meet with me about that tomorrow.
Thanks, okay. So yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted as corrected. Resolution 112.
Amends Resolution Number 86-20 2025, setting fees for taxicabs and vehicles for hire pursuant to Chapter 281 of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
All right, Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes, thanks, Jim, for the work on this.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Bob. Resolution 113.
Notice of public hearing, Chapter 207, to consider proposed local law amending Chapter 207 of the Riverhead Town Code titled Dogs and Domestic/Farm Animals. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 114.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 257 titled Peddling and Soliciting of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 115.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 301 titled Yard Sales of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 116.
Resolution calling public hearing regarding a capital improvement for the extension number 97 of the boundaries and facilities of the Riverhead Water District for Forge Road, Calverton, New York, at the properties known as Suffolk County Tax Map District 0600, Section 118, Block 5, Lots 1.1, 1.2, 2 through 11, and 12.1, Section 119, Block 2, Lots 59 through 62, and Section 139, Block 1, Lots 1 through 4. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 117.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post requests for qualifications for engineering services during construction for the Class A biosolids upgrade project for Riverhead Sewer District. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 118.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post new notice to bidders for janitorial and kitchen supplies. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 119.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post bid for two-way radio service for the highway department. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 120.
Awards bid for Highway Department grinding of town yard waste on-site at Southside Youngs Avenue Yard Waste Facility. So moved.
This is a long resolution. Before we second it, I don't think the councilwoman has anything tonight if we want to just slowly read this. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Come on.
Oh, yes.
Bunch of
Merrifield.
comedians
Yes.
up here tonight.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 121.
Awards bid for construction of pump station at East Wind Drive, Town Capital Project Number 19, contracts PG&E. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 122.
Extends bid non-pro-tung for electrical system maintenance and emergency service contract for Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 123.
Extends bid non-pro-tunc for hydraulic control valve maintenance services for Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 124.
Extends bid nunc-pro-tunc, I hate saying that, for a directional drilling service for Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 125.
Extends bid non-pro-tunc for distribution system maintenance and emergency services contract for the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Water District. Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 126.
Extends bid nunc-pro-tunc for process control system maintenance and emergency services contract, Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 127.
Extends bid nunc-pro-tunc for mechanical maintenance and emergency services contract for Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 128.
Amends resolution number 969-2024 East End Arts Mosaic Festival date change. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 129.
Approved special event Chapter 255 application for New York Marine Rescue Center, Run for the Ridley, 5K. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 130.
Approved special event Chapter 255 application for New York Marine Rescue Center, Paddle Battle, Long Island. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 131.
Pays bills. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution so carried. Resolution 132.
Ratifies authorization for the town attorney to execute a retainer agreement with Sokoloff Stern LLP. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 133.
Ratifies settlement of legal action against the owners of premises located at 250 Newton Avenue, Riverhead, New York. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes. Great work. Thank you.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Agreed. Code did a great job on this. We appreciate that. So do all the neighbors.
Yes, we do.
Definitely.
And Deputy Town Attorney Saru.
And I guess we got to
Saru.
throw one to the deputy town attorney, too.
Okay.
We
Agent
did. It
Saru.
was a good job.
That-
Okay.
That concludes resolution.
That concludes the resolutions. I'm going to open up the meeting for comments from the public on any matter.
How about,
I know, we're going to do that after this. We like making Dawn just sit and wait. It'll be the highlight of the meeting.
I don't know why we don't do your meeting for, but this is going to be a long one. It's the longest CDA meeting we've had in a long time.
John, how are you?
Fine, how are you? I don't know if I've wished you Happy New Year yet in the course of things, because I've been out of town, but I'm following up on the letter, John McAuliff, Roanoke Landing. I'm following up on the letter that I sent a couple of days ago. Obviously, this whole issue of migrants and the treatment of populations is elevating or escalating. I must say I was deeply disappointed to see that more than 1,000 people who had attacked police officers and challenged our constitutional republic were pardoned on the one hand, and on the other hand, that ICE has been given more authority to enter schools, to enter churches, to enter hospitals in pursuit of people who only real crime in most cases is that they came without documentation. When many of our ancestors came, there was no such thing as documentation. You just came, and if you were healthy, you were allowed in. What my concern is there's a story today that there were 10,000 people who were already had been cleared through all of the appropriate processes for refugee status. And that included people from Afghanistan and Ukraine and all kinds of places that had good reasons and had gone through all of the appropriate steps, and essentially their flights were pulled. I don't know if any of those people were coming to Riverhead. A lot of the mainstream refugee resettlement organizations were involved with them, so I suppose it's possible that some of them were. But I really want to just ask whether this has been taken up, or encourage you to, the supervisor and the board, maybe organize a meeting, maybe with the help of the new Hispanic committee, organize a meeting for people who are affected, that is, the people who are here, that we know, who take care of our homes, who take care of our kitchens, who do construction, that finding a way where they're protected to actually talk with them and discover the level of anxiety that they're feeling, talk to the organizations in Riverhead, the school board, the migrant ministries group, there's all kinds of institutions within Riverhead, the Farm Bureau, that have connections with these people. I think that getting everybody together in a meeting to talk about what may be coming at us and how we should respond. I mean, I don't think that Riverhead is going to take the Chicago position of refusing to cooperate with ICE, but I do think that there are things that we can do that will anticipate the social disruption, the economic disruption. I mean, what will we do when the non-documented parents of the 2/3 of the kids in our schools that are Hispanic, what will we do if their parents, as happened not very long ago, if their parents are taken from their workplace or in some other way detained by ICE, and then who's going to take care of those kids? I mean, the political statement, oh, the kids can go with the parents. The parents aren't going to do that, and if you were in that situation, you would be tearing your soul apart. So I think we don't know. I mean, I may be exaggerating, but I think that we are really, if you look at what's happened, in reading something today, it was not just after the Second World War that the big expulsion of Mexicans took place. It also took place during the Depression, with some extremely vicious behavior towards people. And, we know about what happened with the Japanese Americans. I mean, things can get out of control. And I go back to my concern that those 1,000 people who were released have already started making threats. And I don't know if we have any in the Riverhead area, but I think that the social situation in the U.S. is going to be very problematic, and it could well affect Riverhead. So I hope you're thinking about that and preparing for it. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Anybody else? Nobody online? Okay. At this point in time, I'll make a motion to close the town board meeting and open up the CDA meeting. Motion?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the town board meeting is closed and the CDA meeting is open.
Good evening. We do have two resolutions on the agenda tonight. Those are for your organizational meeting as the Community Development Agency. So I think we would first take comments on those resolutions if there are any.
Do we have any comments on the CDA resolutions for tonight? See nobody in-house, nobody online.
So there are just our typical organizational resolutions, setting up the agency and readopting and reaffirming prior policies. Our first resolution is CDA 2025-1, appoints members and officers to Community Development Agency. We just need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2025-1 is adopted, and 2025-2, if someone, I don't know if you want me to read it or you want. I'll read it. Omnibus resolution relating to requirements of the Public Authorities Accountability Act of 2005 and ratifying all prior committee charters and policies of the Community Development Agency.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Okay, and then we just have open comments on CDA members only.
Open comments on the CDA.
Matters.
Any CDA matters? None online,
Make form a line on this side.
none here. Okay.
The most exciting meeting of the year, and no one has anything to say.
Hey,
Well,
it's the
I'm
first
sorry,
time we
but
have
I-
resolutions.
It's
It's
like
not-
twice
I'll
as
do
many
better next
resolutions as usual.
So we just need a motion to close this meeting then.
So moved.
Seconded.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
I don't want to slow down the birthday cake. Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
The CDA meeting is closed. Thank you so much.
Did you intentionally do this long meeting because of my birthday?
I did. I wanted to make sure I spent as much time with you as possible on your big day. So thank you for sharing yourself.
Okay, that's all, folks. Have a great weekend. Be healthy, be safe, and we'll see you next week.
I thought this was next week.
Did you see all that work you guys did?
What's that?
Authorize the town clerk to, authorize the town clerk.